Hello, Ian here with Touratech USA, and this is the Touratech suspension lowering kit for an F800GS. We have these lowering kits for the F700GS, the F800GS 2008 through 2012, as well as the F800GS 2013 and newer. The 2013 and newer kits work perfectly on the F800 Adventure as well, so that's a whole lot of bikes that we have covered with these kits. We have different heights of lowering option available for the different bikes. We also make standard height kits for all three of those bikes as well. So a lot of folks don't understand how the lowering spring kits work, and that's what this video is about, is to explain how this system works. You'll notice that this is a progressive spring. We've got a very tight coil here at the top that extends into a more stretched out coil here at the bottom. Same thing for the rear shock spring that you can see over here. The way a coil spring works, a lot of folks don't understand, is it works like a torsion bar. So if you took a coil spring and straightened it all out into one rod, that would be the rate of that spring. And so the tighter wound the coils are, the longer that rod is, which means this portion of the spring is much softer because there's a whole bunch more length than there is in this section of the spring. And so the way that these lowering kits work is that the springs are the same length as the stock height springs, but they have this very soft section here that as soon as the weight of the bike is applied to it, this section bottoms out. That way you effectively lower the bike when you pick it up off the side stand, or even in some cases if the bike is loaded, when it's on the side stand itself. So what that does is it gives you a better reach to the ground that you're after. That's why you want to lower your bike, but you don't have to do any significant internal modifications to the damping system in the forks or to the shock absorber on the back. All you have to do is change the springs. The beauty of that is that if you were to jump the bike or put the bike on a lift, there's always spring pressure even at full suspension extension. So that way you don't have to worry about the spring falling out of the shock or the forks having a big bunch of dead play in them like you would get if you just reduced your preload to the absolute minimum or even beyond the absolute minimum to lower the bike. So to sum it up in a less complicated way, these lowering kits work in all these bikes without any significant modifications to the bike. In some cases, with the 50mm lowering kits, you'll need to modify the side stand and the center stand to make sure that everything still works. However, these spring kits come with everything you need to install them, minus a spring compressor for the rear shock spring. They got fork oil that's a little bit stiffer than what you get on the stock bike. That's to help control the wheel travel since it's reduced because we're reducing the ride height. And with the rear shock spring, if you don't have access to the tools to change the spring, if you can get the shock out of your bike, contact Touratech. In some cases, we can actually do the spring swap here at no extra cost. So this is the Touratech lowering spring kit for an F800 and an F700GS. If you want to learn more about it, visit our website or give us a call and talk to an adventure expert.